Have you ever heard of a mystery so wild that it drove over 300,000 people to leave their homes, risk their lives, and search the mountains for a treasure worth millions? This isn't a movie plot. This really happened. And at the center of it all was one man's secret. Meet Edward Frost, an art dealer, author, and collector with a taste for the extraordinary. By 2010, Edward was an old man, facing the shadow of illness and reflecting on his life. He wanted to leave behind something more than money or fame. So he came up with a plan that would spark one of the greatest modern treasure hunts in history. Edward took a heavy bronze chest. Inside, he carefully placed glittering gold coins, emeralds, sapphires, rare artifacts, and ancient jewelry. The treasure's value? Over $2 million. But here's the twist: Edward didn't bury it in a bank vault or a museum. He hid it, somewhere in the vast wilderness of the Rocky Mountains. But Edward didn't stop there. He wanted the world to chase his secret. So he wrote a poem. Not a simple poem of love or sorrow, but a riddle, filled with cryptic lines that hinted at the treasure's location. He published it in his memoir, challenging anyone bold enough to follow the clues. The poem spoke of rivers, valleys, and warm waters halting. It sounded like poetry, but hidden inside was a map. And just like that, the hunt began. Word spread like wildfire. Adventurers, puzzle solvers, families, even full-time treasure hunters, all rushed to the Rocky Mountains. For some, it was a weekend thrill. For others, it became an obsession. Entire online forums popped up, where strangers argued over every word of Edward's poem. Some claimed they had cracked it. Others said they were just one clue away. But the mountains are not forgiving. Searchers wandered into freezing rivers, treacherous cliffs, and remote forests. Over the decade-long hunt, at least 5 people lost their lives chasing Edward's fortune. And still, no one could find it. As years passed, people began to doubt. Was this treasure even real? Or was it just a cruel trick by an old man desperate for attention? But the hope of gold, the dream of being the one to solve the impossible, kept the hunt alive. One seeker, Carla Mitchell, spent years traveling back and forth, pouring her savings into the search. Another, Jason Cole, lost friends and family who said he was wasting his life chasing a fantasy. The hunt wasn't just about treasure anymore. For many, it became personal. Then, in June of 2020, everything changed. Edward made a shocking announcement. The treasure has been found. The world exploded with curiosity. Who found it? Where was it? How? At first, the finder remained anonymous. Not everyone was happy. His name came out. Some hunters were furious, a quiet, convinced Jack cheated or had insider help. Jack others demanded Edward locate the chest in the wilds of Wyoming. Lawsuits followed. There it was, weathered but intact, Edward and Jack filled with glittering jewels and gold. The mystery's final details would stay hidden. Only months later, Edward Frost himself passed away, leaving behind a legend that outlived him. The chest's contents were eventually auctioned for more than $1.3 million, but by then, the story was bigger than the gold. The hunt became more than a chase for treasure. It was about adventure. About curiosity. About the lengths people will go when mystery calls. Edward Frost may be gone, but his secret created a legend. A legend that proved even in the modern world, with Google Maps, drones, and satellites, mystery can still exist. So here's the question I'll leave you with. If someone gave you a poem, promising a hidden fortune in the mountains, would you chase it? Or would you walk away? Think carefully. Because for thousands of people, that choice changed their lives forever. This was the story of the hidden treasure hunt. If you enjoyed this thrilling journey, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. And remember, sometimes the real treasure isn't gold at all. It's the adventure itself.